Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today's video is going to be a quick one on what you do if you accidentally leave your gravity duper running and crash your game. So for today's video, this is going to be fairly brief. I mean, you guys know me and my definition of brief these days, so it's like, I don't know, an 80-minute video or so. This is a common occurrence with not only the gravity duper that I'm running here. This is mine from the 3 levels of concrete video. I'll try and remember to link that down in the video description. But what happens is you turn it on, you set it running, and then something happens. You forget that you left it running, and you go off and work on building some other stuff, and you go to the end, and your game crashes. Or you're on a server, and someone turns it on and realizes that they forgot to leave a player in the end loading the area. And suddenly now, anytime someone goes to the end, the server crashes. Well, what do? Well, there is an easy fix. But to show you what the problem is, I'm actually going to take this world that I'm in right now, and I'm going to let this run until my game will actually crash. Okay, so I just warped this for an hour, so it's been running for over an hour of IRL time. And honestly, I'm not sure what's going to happen to the recording when I jump into this. I've never been recording when this crashed. I've never crashed this intentionally. But let's go into the end and see what happens. And it still wasn't enough to crash my game, so gotta do that again. Okay, I'm going to do this again without all the performance enhancing mods I have, because I feel like that really kind of screwed up the test.
A few moments later.
I don't think you can see on the recording, but my screen has gone white. My window has gone not responding. Pretty sure we have crashed the game. Yep, there we go. Yep, okay, now we crashed it. So, what do we do to fix this? So I'm using multi-MC, so my saves are going to be in a little bit different location. If you're not using multi-MC, you're just using the vanilla launcher. What you're going to want to do is come to your Minecraft folder and your saves. But whichever saves folder you're using, that's the one you're going to go to. And if you're on a server, you're not going to go through this step because you'll just have your world folder right there. So you want to open the folder for the world you have. If you're on a server, open up that folder. And then in this case, we want to edit the end, right? Because the end is what's actually crashing it. That's where all those extra entities are. So we're going to come into our dim1 folder. And then you have this entities folder right here. We're going to pop open this entities folder. What we have here is we have the regions in the area. So these are all the regions that have been loaded in the end. Normally, if you're on a main normal server where people have gone end rating, these are, this list will be much bigger. But in this case, this is just a world where I was doing some creative testing. So that's why all I have is those. And we can see, if we sort it by size here, we can see which ones are going to have the most entities. So this one right here, you can see normally we have 52 kilobytes, 20 kilobytes, 2400. This is 2000. So 2 megabytes for just this folder. That's not that much. And that's why we saw with my performance mod, even after running it for longer, this probably would have been, closer to 20 megabytes. All we got to do is we got to just select this file here, this large file with all the entities, and then delete it. Because all those gravity blocks in the end, those are now entities that are just sitting there calculated up in that one big file. Now, sometimes you may have gotten it where it's actually going to save some of those entities in that surrounding chunk right there where that end platform is. So we're going to go ahead and also delete that as well. Basically, any of these files that are giant sizes right here, those are going to be your problem ones. Now, in the past, in older versions, you don't have this entities. You'd actually have to delete all the blocks and all the chunks that you have in that area. But in this case, all it's going to delete is the entities. That does mean if you do have like some item frames there showing stuff at your concrete factory, those are going to be gone. Anything that's an entity will now be deleted from that area. So now that I've got those deleted, those are going to regenerate when the game loads. So I'm going to go ahead and load the game back up. And we're going to see now my end is completely fine. I don't have any of those items just floating around. Let me actually get into creative here. There we go. So it's nice and clean, but you can see that my builds are still there. So I don't have much of a build going on here, but you can see it's not going to actually delete your build that's there. So that's what you need to know. Just check that entities folder. Don't worry about deleting your chunk data. Just delete that entities data, and then your world is going to be completely recovered. No problems, like it never happened. So that will save everything that you have in chests already. That will save everything, like I said, all the blocks that you have built, all the status of that. But that's why in the 3 levels of concrete video, I noted, make sure that you have a player either in the end or ready to get to the end, or a bot in the end when you run it, because the end portal does not chunk load. So just keep that in mind, but it's not the end of the world to recover it. So that's going to be it for this video. I'll catch you in the next one. Just remember, if you're not okay right now, it's okay not to be okay. Things will get better, I promise you. Keep your chin up. I'll catch you in the next one. Have a good one. Bye.